Hey, before you watch this, please hit the subscribe button.
Las Vegas Raiders at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles by 11.5.
I can't believe that this Eagles team is favored by 11.5 points. And I think it's more than that on the sleeper app.
Another crazy one, right? So the over-under is just 38.5. Their Eagles are on a 3-game losing streak. They're 8-5. They've now had a 2-game losing streak and a 3-game losing streak for their 5 losses. They're 8-5, facing the 2-11 Raiders. Again, number 1 pick overall on the line here. Looks like Geno Smith will be unable to go, and it will be Kenny Pickett against the Eagles. Kenny Pickett revenge game.
Yeah.
Against the Eagles. Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett.
And
with 45% chance of snow.
45%. So you go a little bit west and you get 5% more chance of snow, apparently.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Look, Kenny Pickett, I think there's a pretty healthy chance that based off what we've seen from Geno Smith this year, Kenny Pickett is an upgrade right now. Now, maybe that's only specific to the current circumstances that the Raiders are dealing with, but I don't think that there's I think there's a pretty healthy chance that he's immediately better within this offense than Geno Smith has been. And the touchdown he threw the other night to Bo Jackson's great nephew or whatever he was really nice.
This happens in the NFL sometimes, right? Like there's definitely more evidence over the last 3 years that Geno Smith is better than Kenny Pickett.
Yes.
But sometimes, but Geno looked kind of broken this year. Mm-hmm. The offense looked broken.
There's also
and sometimes just a different quarterback sees it differently. It just works. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense on paper necessarily. There's a reason why Geno Smith was starting over Kenny Pickett, but sometimes you just get like a little spark for a couple games.
But also not every quarterback, I think, is equally adept to certain situations. Like some quarterbacks might be materially worse in 95% of circumstances, but in the 5 other percent they're a better fit for that system or that dynamic or that. Like Daniel Jones, I think, is a very bad quarterback for a team that has a bad offensive line and is struggling because he's awful at that stuff, right? But you put him in a good situation with a good offensive line, and maybe he's actually way better than a bunch of other guys. I think Geno Smith is unusually bad for the current situation that the Raiders are dealing with, and maybe Kenny Pickett will be a significantly better option for them just because of that. Now, the flip side of that is you're now going up against the Eagles defense, and your offensive line is one of the worst in the NFL. You don't really have threats on the outside that are going to scare people. It's a bad spot to be starting in, but I do think that so Kenny Pickett may look like crap in this game, right? However, it might be a better level of crap than Geno would have looked if he'd been healthy.
Your analysis is spectacular. As much as we talked about the Chargers' offense and how bad that looked the other night, the amount of pressure, and to reiterate, pressure involves the pass rushers and the coverage unit, right? Yeah. The number of times that Justin Herbert dropped back, he was under quick pressure from Philadelphia's front, but also when they blocked it up, he had nowhere to go with the ball. And that's the Philly defense did that, and they're going up against this Raiders offensive line and their pass catchers. And I think if the Raiders have any chance to not only to pull the upset or to cover, it's one of those games where like Brock Bowers has like 10 catches for $140, makes some spectacular plays. And maybe that's the other part too. Sometimes you get the backup. He comes in and he's like throwing to that guy, just feeding Brock Bowers, right? That's all. And so maybe that's the path for Kenny Pickett.
I think it is because he's like by far their best playmaker.
The problem is also some subtle things to like. Pickett's really good at things like QB sneaks, and maybe that helps the short yardage game for the Raiders. Like there's some subtleties to his game that could be helpful in this one as well.
Yeah. Problem is the Eagles have the people that can match up with Brock Bowers. Like they were one of the few teams that actually has players that could go up.
Oh, they do.
Match up with him. So that's, I don't know. The one thing the Raiders might have that you could be like, oh, just target that. The Eagles might actually be able to take that away.
The other thing I would say, like, I don't know if we're trying to figure out what's broken with the Eagles offense. They might not be able to fix it schematically, but their penchant for just like go win one-on-ones on the outside, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, this is a Raiders team where you could probably win some of those on the outside. So it might not get fixed schematically, but you might just outman them on the back end and make some big plays. And so maybe the pass game looks a little bit better this week for Philly. It's a tough one because they're spiraling, and it's like obligatory 2023 messaging. And I saw Kyle Brandt from Good Morning Football the other day mentioned this whole thing. I don't listen to a lot of the outside noise and sources, but he was saying they're talking about 2023 a lot. Like the Eagles are mentioning it in the messaging. I hadn't caught that, right? So I was just confirmed. Because I feel like we mention it all the time because, like, what do we have to go off? They've been, the last 3 seasons, halfway through the year, they've looked like one of the best teams in the league. In 22, they continued it and went to a Super Bowl. In 23, they had one of the biggest collapses of all time. And in 24, they went to the Super Bowl, won it, and had an unbelievable run. They are Baseball Reference. Are they Brett Saberhagen, Sam? Are they Brett Saberhagen?
That's what everyone's asking.
In the 80s, every other year was a Cy Young winner or competitor, or he had a great. And then every other year he either get hurt or just looked terrible. Are they the Brett Saberhagen of NFL teams? For the 2 people in the chat who know that reference, and that's a fair question to ask here. It's a fair question to ask.
I don't think it is. Yeah.
Are they going to And look, we might not know because they got the Raiders. What do they have? Raiders, Commanders, and the Bills. Like they have 3 easy games. Give me Hey Siri, give me the Eagles schedule. Raiders, Commanders, Bills, Commanders. Like, are we going to learn anything about the Eagles? They got 2 of the worst teams in the league for 3 games, and then the Bills. So that's where we're at.
Yeah. Look, they should be able to have some success in offense against the Raiders' defense. And I would expect their defense to do an extremely good job. I think that the line makes sense. It's just it's disgusting how large it is given how bad their offense looked last week.
They did not mention Brett Saberhagen on First Take this morning. I'm embarrassed.
It'd be so funny if they did.
I did see someone kind of reference this somewhere. That's but Saberhagen was the guy, 85, 87, 89, odd years. The dude was a stud.
Not only is your reference ridiculous, but it's a ridiculous reference of First Take pulled out. That's got to be.
If First Take did it, then that was what's his name? Stat guy there listens to us. He did it. Hembo pulled it out. He always has good baseball reference. Hembo would have done it.
Okay.
He'd have a great Saberhagen reference. And when I say what's his face, it's not disrespectful. It's I lose names are disappearing from my brain. Is all it was. All right, pick a game. Pick the team.
I hate it, but I'm picking the Eagles to cover the giant line.
No. Vegas, baby. Backup quarterback bump. The Kenny Pickett revenge game.
You're in this what's the worst that could happen world of just picking against me. The worst that could happen is you end up with an utterly abysmal week and drop below your 10-year-old.
No.
By a distance, to the point where you're all focused on trying to catch me.
I don't care.
What happens if you drop 8 games behind the child and you can't even catch him up by the end of the season?
He'll have it. He's getting banned from picks forever. He'll have that over my head the rest of his life. But that's
going to be. Then you've got to navigate the world of well, look, I'm sitting Harry down, and no, it's not because he beat me in picks for the 2nd year in a row. That's not why it is at all.
Coach's decision.
It's completely independent of that.
Coach's decision. Oh man. Harry's going to take Philly. We differ on a lot, Harry and I, this week.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm rooting for him because he gets sad. When
just like me.
Just like you. He's moody like you and his picks don't hit. I don't care.
Well, you don't care because you've long since given up the hope of having any kind of successful picks. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video.
Check the Mic is live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a video.
You heard the man. Subscribe.